Dear students, today we are going to discuss Debye-Huckel theory of strong electrolytes. In 1923, Debye and Huckel put forward a theory based on the assumption that electrolytes are completely dissociated into ions. That means strong electrolytes exist as ions even in solid state. Now we will discuss the postulates of Debye-Huckel theory. The strong electrolytes which exist as ions even in solid state will be completely ionized in solution at all concentration. The degree of ionization of strong electrolytes is unity even at moderate concentration. That means here even in solid state strong electrolytes exist as ions. That means KCl will exist as K plus and Cl minus, and in any concentration, that means diluted or concentrated, that will be completely ionized. That means the degree of ionization alpha equal to total ionized molecule divided by total molecule. For example, KCl, if I take 1 ml KCl, I add a 10 ml water, that will be completely dissociated as K plus and Cl minus. If I am adding 50 ml water also, that will be completely ionized as K plus and Cl minus. So, even in dilute or concentrated, the strong electrolytes will be completely ionized. So, third postulate is, as the dielectric constant of the solvent increases, the electrostatic force of attraction between the ions decreases. So, force of attraction will be less when the dielectric constant increases and the ions move freely and the conductance will be increased. So, here dielectric constant increase means electrostatic attraction decreases. So, if electrostatic attraction decreases means ions will be far apart and R will be less. So, the ions can move freely. So, the force of attraction will be less. So, when the force of attraction is less, the mobility will be more. When the mobility is more, the conductance will be increased. Fourth point, the increase in equivalent conductance of strong electrolyte with dilution is due to increase in mobility than due to increase in degree of ionization. We have already told strong electrolytes is completely ionized even in dilute or concentrated solution. So we cannot say in concentrated solution conductance decreases because of decrease in ionization, or conductance increases in dilute solution because of increase in ionization. We cannot say like that, because at any concentration strong electrolytes are completely ionized. So what is the reason behind equivalent conductance increases with dilution? It is because of increase in mobility of the ions than due to increase in degree of ionization. Next point is, each ion is surrounded by oppositely charged ion in a spherical manner, giving rise to an ionic atmosphere. That means here if it is cation is surrounded by anions. If anion is a central ion, the central ion is surrounded by the cations. So, this central ion and the other surrounding ions, that will be oppositely charged. So, the surrounding ion form an ionic atmosphere. That means central ion, then oppositely charged ions in a spherical manner. That is mean by each ion is surrounded by oppositely charged ion in a spherical manner, giving rise to an ionic atmosphere. Formation of ionic atmosphere depends on two factors. So this is the ionic atmosphere. Here cation is in the central ion is cation and the anions are surrounding it. Here anion is a central ion and the cations are surrounding. So for formation of like this, there are two factors affecting for the formation of this ionic atmosphere. The first one is the Coulombic interaction, that means positive negative electrostatic interaction, which tries to arrange the ions in an organized structure. We know here positive and negative. Positive negative attraction means that will be in a uniform manner. Then second one is thermal collisions between the ions and solvent molecules, which try to destroy the organized structure. So when collision increases, the molecules will move far apart and that will destroy the organized structure. At high temperature, thermal collision increases, and a result of two opposing factors, an ionic atmosphere is created in which a central positive ion is surrounded by an atmosphere of negative ions, or a central negative ion is surrounded by an atmosphere of positive ions. Next point is decrease in equivalent conductance with increase in concentration of electrolyte is due to decrease in mobility of the ions, which is due to greater inter-ionic effect. Inter-ionic effect means attraction, this effect between positive and negative ions. As concentration increases, the ions will be very near and the attraction will be more. So when dilution increases, ions will be far apart, then the inter-ionic force or inter-ionic effect will be less. So decrease in equivalent conductance at higher concentration is due to decrease in mobility. Why the mobility is decreased? Because of inter-ionic effect. See this example, KCl. Here in the first case, KCl, only 2 are there, 2K plus and 2Cl minus is there here, and 4K plus and 4Cl minus is there. So here it is a dilute solution, here it is a concentrated solution. So for dilute solution, the ions can move freely. That means it has higher mobility than the concentrated solution. In the second case, here concentration is more, so the mobility will be less. So mobility less means the ion attraction or inter-ionic effect between the ions will be more. So it will be less mobile, it will be having less conductance. Equivalent conductance will be less because the concentration is more, ionic mobility is less, and here inter-ionic attraction is more. So first case it is more mobile or mobility is more. In the second case mobility is less. In the first case equivalent conductance is higher, and the second case equivalent conductance is lower. So what we understood here, in the case of strong electrolytes, increase or decrease in conductance is due to inter-ionic attraction and not due to degree of dissociation. So here therefore inter-ionic attraction is a cause of decrease in conductance of strong electrolytes with increase in concentration. Now we will discuss the magnitude of inter-ionic effect is best understood in consideration of two effects. So how we can explain the inter-ionic attraction in the case of concentrated solution and diluted solution. So two effects are there. One is the asymmetry effect or relaxation effect, and the second one is electrophoretic effect. These two effects will explain the inter-ionic attraction in the case of concentrated solution. So the first one is asymmetry effect or relaxation effect. According to Debye and Huckel, each ion in the solution of an electrolyte is surrounded by an atmosphere of oppositely charged ions. For example, a positive ion is surrounded by an atmosphere of negative charged ions. Similarly, there will exist a positively charged ion atmosphere around an anion. So here I have given positively charged central ion is surrounded by an atmosphere of negative ions. So on the application of electric potential, what will happen? Here this is symmetric ionic atmosphere because positively charged ion is surrounded by negative ions and the force of attraction will be cancelled out because it will be same from all directions. Now when you are applying the potential, what will happen here? The ions present in the solution will move towards their respective electrodes. We know when the potential is applied, positive ions will move towards the cathode and negative ions will move towards the anode. This one is anode and this is cathode. So when you are applying the potential, the ions will move in opposite directions and that will move towards their respective electrodes. So the central positive ion will tend to move towards the cathode, while the negatively charged ionic atmosphere will move towards the anode. So in the case of asymmetric ionic atmosphere, the force of attraction of central ion will be prominent behind the ion because the negative ions are behind here. So the force of attraction from the rear, from backside becomes prominent on the moving central ion. Therefore, the central moving ion experiences a backward pull or retarding force because these ions will pull it backward. So the central ion has a tendency to pull backward also. That is why its mobility will be reduced. When the mobility decreases, the conductance also will be decreases. So the backward pull of central ion is known as asymmetry effect. This is because of lack of symmetry in the ionic atmosphere. When the symmetry destroyed, here the ions will be all the ions are in the backside of this positive ion. So the backward pull will be more. So the ion has a tendency to pull it backward. That is a retarding force, and the mobility will be less and the conductance will be reduced. So this backward pull of central ion due to lack of symmetry in the ionic atmosphere is known as asymmetry effect. This is known as ionic atmosphere, and the central ion is known as central ion. So central ion and ionic atmosphere. So once the ionic atmosphere is destroyed, that will take time for rebuilding another symmetric ionic atmosphere, because once it is destroyed means it has to create again. The time required for rebuilding the ionic atmosphere will be more than destroying it. So that time for rebuilding the ionic atmosphere is known as relaxation time. Always that time will be more than the time required for destroying this ionic atmosphere. So this time of relaxation is considered to explain the retardation in the motion of central ion by the ionic atmosphere. In the case of concentrated solution, here all the ions will be very near and it will be difficult to rebuild the ionic atmosphere. So for the concentration solution, the relaxation time will be more. That is why the conductance decreases at higher concentration in the case of strong electrolytes. In addition to asymmetry effect, there is another factor which retards the mobility of ions. This one is known as electrophoretic effect. We know the ionic atmosphere of a central ion always remains associated with solvent molecules. That is, central ion is surrounded by ionic atmosphere, so always solvent molecules attach to the ionic atmosphere. So the ionic atmosphere with solvent molecules move in the direction opposite to that of central ion. Suppose central ion is positive charge, then the ionic atmosphere surround it will be negative charge. So the solvent molecules will attack this central ionic atmosphere. So when you are passing electricity, what will happen? The positive ion will move towards the cathode, and the ionic atmosphere with the solvent molecule will move in opposite direction. So this produces a friction due to which the mobility of the central ion is retarded. This effect is called electrophoretic effect. This electrophoretic effect reduces the mobility of the ions and hence reduces their conductivity. So we know here, when a cation moves towards the cathode through the medium, while the negatively charged ionic atmosphere with associated solvent molecules move in the opposite direction. So this counter force, because they will meet together, cations will move towards the cathode and the ionic atmosphere move towards the anode. So these counter movements have a retarding influence on the mobility of the central ion. So this effect is known as electrophoretic effect. This causes an additional viscous force which further lowers down the conductance. I am giving one example here. The central ion, this one is central ion and this one is the ionic atmosphere, and as ionic atmosphere is associated with solvent molecules. So when electric potential is applied, the ions, the cation central ion, suppose it is a cation, that will move towards the cathode, and the ionic atmosphere with the solvent molecules will move towards the anode. So it will be like this. So when cation is moving, these all ions will move in another direction. So that will cause a friction and that will reduces the mobility and conductance. So dear students, in this session we have discussed Debye-Huckel theory of strong electrolytes. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.